Good afternoon, and welcome to the 11th Annual Commencement. In a few moments, the formal ceremony will begin with a prelude from the Millersville University Wind Ensemble. But now, please take a moment to look over the safety and emergency information that is found on the inside back cover of your program. In the unlikely event of emergency, we ask that you refer to this page to assist in your safe departure from the stadium. If you or anyone seated nearby is in need of emergency medical attention, we ask that you move quietly to the exit where you likely arrived today and find a staff person wearing a commencement staff badge or university police. They will direct you to the emergency personnel that are stationed nearby. Out of respect for the graduates and everyone gathered, we ask that all cell phones be silenced for the duration of the ceremony. Also, please be mindful that everyone here today would like to hear their student's name called as they receive their diploma. Please hold your applause until after each college dean has concluded. Finally, for everyone's safety, we do ask that you will keep appropriate social distance and continue to wear facial coverings. Congratulations, everyone, and we will see you in a few short minutes.
Please be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 11th Annual Commencement for Millersville University's College of Graduate Studies and Adult Learning. I'm Dr. Vilas Prabhu, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. On this unique occasion, we honor and confer master's and doctoral degrees to the graduate class of 2020 and 2021. We also greet our guests attending today's ceremony virtually. I now have the honor to present Dr. Michelle Chronister, class of 2020 Doctorate of Nursing Practice, who will offer a moment of reflection. After Dr. Chronister's message, please stand for the singing of the National Anthem, sung by Mr. Nick Barrett, class of 2021. Dr. Chronister.
Thank you. Fear, anger, frustration, worry, COVID, virus, mask up, social distance, helpless, confused, overwhelmed, election, politics, division, powerless, defensive, hurt, and lonely. Does this sound familiar, classes of 2020 and 2021? This may be what we felt and experienced, but what did we learn? Mindfulness, empathy, compassion, adaptability, love, respect, resilience, and how to Zoom. I cannot recall how many times I felt like quitting or giving up, and I'm sure many of you can share in my sentiments. Who was your biggest cheerleader? Who walked this journey with you? Your family, your friends, coworkers, classmates, professors? Together, we were able to see the finish line and persevere. Like all of you, I wear many hats in life. I am a daughter. I am a sister. I am a wife, a mother of 5 children, a friend to many, a nurse practitioner, an assistant professor, and today a graduate, Dr. Chronister. We have all had to balance these life roles and push forward in the most challenging times of a world pandemic. And for some of you, the struggle was more difficult. COVID hit home. COVID impacted your health and your loved ones. But Nelson Mandela said it best. The greatest glory in living is not in never falling, but rising every time we fall. You did not give up. You all dug deep and demonstrated true leadership. You set a goal, developed a plan, implemented action, and achieved. Now, it is your time to take this experience and share with others what you have learned. Continue to share your knowledge and your ability to balance life and the demands of achieving this honor today. Each of you will be change agents in your field of study. You will inspire others and bring hope to the future. You understand obstacles and how to overcome challenges. Lead by example. A year ago, before graduation was canceled, I was prepared to share with you that I had the most amazing opportunity to end my last year of higher education with one of my daughters, Sarah Grace. She has just completed her sophomore year here at Millersville. But during her freshman orientation, we participated in the traditional candle lighting ceremony around the pond here on campus, or the lake, depending on who you speak to. It was a beautiful evening filled with excitement for the future, a symbolic moment of bringing light and hope to the freshman class. The undergraduates have faced similar challenges this past year, whether living here on campus or studying virtually. As alumni, we can support and encourage them to not give up. Now, I ask you graduates and leaders, light your candle, shine bright, and lead the way to a better tomorrow. Congratulations on a job well deserved. Thank you very much.
Please rise for the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can ye see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Thank you, Dr. Chronister, and thank you, Nick. I'm honored to introduce those members of our platform party who will not be recognized later as a part of the ceremony, some of whom are seated on the field to accommodate social distancing. Please hold your applause until all have been presented. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is fortunate to have dedicated individuals who serve voluntarily by appointment of the governor on the Millersville University Council of Trustees. Will the following trustees please rise? Representative Jordan Harris, Dr. Richard Frericks, and Mr. Rick Rogers. Thank you. Also present are the advisors to the trustees, Dr. Robin Davis, APSCUF MU representative, and Professor Jerry Robinson, Faculty Senate Chair. The following members of the administration and faculty are also present today. Mr. Gilbert Brown, Vice President for Finance and Administration, Dr. Felicia Brown Haywood, Chief Diversity Officer, Dr. James Dell, Associate Provost for Academic Administration and Dean of the College of Graduate Studies and Adult Learning, Dr. Victor DeSantis, Executive Director of the Office of Community Engagement, Government and Economic Development, Mr. Stephen DeFilippo, Chief Technology Officer, Dr. Rachel Finley Bowman, Dean of Student Success and Associate Provost for Academic Support Services, Mr. Brian Hazlett, Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management, Mr. Victor Ramos, Vice President for Advancement, Mr. Chris Toyer, Chief of Staff, and Dr. Barry David, Professor of Applied Engineering, Safety, and Technology, and one of our most senior faculty members, who is the mace bearer for today's commencement ceremony. In addition, we welcome guests, special guests of the university, and other distinguished guests and members of the administration. Please join me in welcoming these members of the platform party and our guests. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Daniel Wuba, 15th President of Millersville University, who will offer greetings and introduce today's commencement speaker. President Wuba.
Thank you very much, Dr. Prabhu. It is my distinct pleasure to congratulate you, our 2020 and 2021 graduating classes, your family and friends, and our faculty on this special occasion. For our graduating students, today is a milestone in your life that demonstrates that you have accomplished something precious after working very hard. At this juncture, I want to recognize those who have made it possible for you to get to this point in your lives. First, let's thank your parents, guardians, families, and friends for the role they played in getting you here. From the time you arrived on this campus to this moment, they have supported and encouraged you in multiple ways. During the endless nights you spent mastering the knowledge needed to succeed, your family and friends were pulling for you. Due to the pandemic, the people in the stand here today represent a small fraction of your family and friends. However, let's give them and those who are watching online a big round of applause. Family and friends, kindly rise to be recognized. Second, let's extend a sincere thanks to our faculty who walked beside you on the road to this moment. Your faculty members have guided and assisted you in the acquisition of a holistic education. Millersville University is blessed to have outstanding faculty who go out of their way every day to ensure the success of our students, especially during the pandemic in the past 15 months. Faculty, kindly stand up to be recognized. Now to you, our graduates. As the first May graduating class since the pandemic started, you have earned your stripes in more ways than you can ever imagine. Along the way, you have honed your skills and abilities. These skills include adaptability, resolve, and resilience, and I can assure you that they will serve you well for the rest of your lives. One of the iconic and historic buildings on our campus is the Beamsdefer Executive Center, where my office is located. Above the main entrance of the building is a beautiful glass-stained window. Looking at this window from inside, it features a young individual climbing a rocky peak with the following words printed under it, quote, "Climb, though the rocks be rugged," end quote. Generations of Millersville University students have looked at that stained glass window and reflected on their own challenges, on perseverance, and on triumph in the face of adversity. However, none of the graduates who came before you experienced challenges like you have. In February of last year, we all observed the virus spread across the globe, and ultimately it ended up on our shores. Our immediate response was necessary to slow down the spread of the pathogen in our communities. For our 2020 graduates, the pandemic was astoundingly disruptive, challenging, and at times painful. I understand this pain firsthand because as a college senior in 1983, my campus was closed down due to a political upheaval in Ghana, and it was not open till March of 1984. At that time, we didn't have Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Blue Jeans, or any of the platforms that made it possible to switch to virtual instructions during this pandemic. However, I still had a flashback of waking up in the morning and not knowing when students will return to campus. I tried to recollect some of the coping mechanisms that enabled me to survive that period to share with students. But then I realized that this pandemic will require a whole different set of skills and attitudes for our students to succeed. Ultimately, I accepted that if we abide by our core epic values, our Millersville community can withstand any challenge that we encounter. And you did it. COVID-19 changed how we behaved as a university and as a community. Daily commonplaces activities such as sharing a coffee with friends at Saxby's or stopping in the hallways of Macomsey to catch up between classes came to an abrupt halt. Suddenly, our social interactions were confined to small rectangular boxes on computer screens, to chats, posts, and text messages. I know the past 15 months have been anything but normal. However, I take comfort in the fact that our faculty, staff, and especially our students have done the best you can to weather this storm, and the lessons you have learned will make us a better and a stronger community. Oftentimes during this pandemic, I reflected on the wise sayings of the late President Mandela. And this is what he said, quote, "It always seems impossible until it is done," end quote. The economic and emotional strain of the pandemic stretched us. We've witnessed social injustice, violence, protests, disagreements, and distrusts. There were times when we felt that the beliefs, norms, and practices that our country holds most dear were in question. But as a Millersville alum, you are a graduate from one of the finest universities in this nation, and you'll be joining more than 70,000 living alumni. You will always be a member of the Millersville family. Keep us informed of your triumphs, and you have an open invitation to come back to this campus. Remember your roots with pride. Stay connected to us. Share your time and talents with us, because future Millersville students are counting on that. Go forth into the world, make us proud, and most importantly, make yourself proud of who you are and what you are capable of. Do great work and make a difference. On behalf of Millersville University, your faculty, staff, and student body, we join your family and friends in extending our warmest congratulations and best wishes to you all. Congratulations. And now, it gives me great pleasure to welcome Dr. Irvin Scott, Senior Lecturer from the Harvard Graduate School of Education. Before I go any further with my remarks, I just want you to know that I am so thrilled standing in front of you here today, because just this afternoon I found out when we were having lunch with Dr. Irvin Scott that one of our trustees was very instrumental in getting him to come to Millersville University. And I'll be remiss if I don't share this story with you. This trustee is sitting behind me, and I would kindly ask him to stand to be recognized. Dr. Rich Frericks, could you please stand? Thank you, Dr. Frericks. And I'm sharing this with you because it is the kind of stories that tells us about the human condition. When Dr. Scott told me that his coming to Millersville was based on sitting down with his mom and Dr. Frericks and explaining why Millersville would be a good place for Dr. Scott at the moment. At that time, he was Irvin Scott. I said, that is what makes the difference. And I know our graduates here today, that is what you're going to do for future students. So, Dr. Frericks, thank you again. Thank you very much. When Dr. Irvin Scott embarked on his journey in education as an English teacher and a choral director, I bet many people already knew he was destined for greatness. His path led him from teacher and principal at McCaskey East High School here in Lancaster, through serving as chief academic officer for Boston Public Schools to deputy director for K-12 education at Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Since 2016, Dr. Scott has served on the Harvard Graduate School of Education as a senior lecturer. At Harvard, Scott's concentration is educational leadership. He also leads a new initiative to bring faith and education communities together through the Leadership Institute for Faith and Education, LIFE. To kick off the 2019 convening of LIFE, Dr. Scott welcomed 13 education and religious leaders who cycled to Harvard, all the way from Pennsylvania, to raise awareness of the power of community action to change outcomes for young people. Included among the cyclists were the then Pennsylvania Secretary of Education, Pedro Rivera, and religious and educational leaders from Lancaster and the Pequea Valley School District. They rode for 400 miles, marched in pouring rain, to shine a spotlight on how community leaders, educators, and faith leaders can work together to support student success. Dr. Scott has consistently worked to address educational inequities in the U.S. The courses he teaches at Harvard are relevant for the time in which we live. Faith, education, and leadership. That's one of the courses he teaches. Another course that he teaches is race, equity, and leadership, as well as several courses on strategic leadership. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker today, Millersville University's own alumnus, Dr. Irvin Scott.
Thank you, Dr. Wuba, and thank you, graduates. Before I start my formal comments, I just want to do a real quick improv. When I left here as an English teacher, I went on to J.P. McCaskey East High School, J.P. McCaskey High School. I became an English teacher there and a choir director. And one of the things that I would do all the time as a way of celebrating students, as a way of engaging students, and this is actually something, as Dr. Wuba alluded to, that I take from my faith background, is I would ask people to repeat after me. I would ask my students to repeat after me, especially if we wanted to celebrate another student. So if we wanted to celebrate another student for doing something, they did their homework, or they came in on time, or they just sang a solo phenomenally well, I would say this, and then they would repeat after me. I'd say it just like this as a teacher. So in some ways, you're becoming my class real quick. I would say, shout out, just like that. And all the students knew when I said shout out about a student, they repeated shout out after me. Now, I know you have masks on, and I know it won't come out the same, but I think we have to give a shout out to those who are in front of us. So keep your mask on, and just so you know that it can be done, I'm going to put my mask on. And when I say shout out, I'd like to hear everybody in the audience say shout out right after me. You'll be fine. Let's try it. Shout out! Shout out! Oh my goodness, that was beautiful. But I got to do it one more time because I want us to do it with a little more life and vitality. And it's for you, graduates, for accomplishing what you accomplished. And thank you for allowing me to go back to my days as a teacher at J.P. McCaskey High School. And I do this kind of stuff in my Harvard classes also. So let's try it one more time. Everyone say shout out. Shout out. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Wuba, trustees and leaders here at Millersville University. Dr. Wuba, I want to thank you for your leadership during these unprecedented time. Anyone who's leading over the past 24 months needs to be celebrated. Can you put your hands together real quick for Dr. Wuba and his leadership? Not easy being a leader over the past 24 months. Good evening, honored guests, family, members, and most importantly, graduates, scholars of 2020 and 2021. We celebrate you. Before I get started, I want to encourage you to do two things. First, I want you to listen intently, obviously. And second, it's going to be a little unorthodox. I want you to go on Twitter and follow me at iScott4. And I actually want to continue the conversation. I have had so many conversations as a result of Twitter at iScott4. And I'm not interested in just boosting my following, although that will happen. What a joy it is for us to be here together again, face to face. I think this is the largest face-to-face event that I have been at in more than a year. Wow. I feel like a praise break, to be really honest. On a personal level, it is an honor for me to be here and accept this honorary degree. I would not be where I am today were it not for the transformative teaching and learning experiences that began for me right here over 32 years ago. I have entitled this brief talk, A Time of Thankfulness, for two reasons. The first reason pertains to myself as well as those of you who sit before us in this illustrious regalia and hoods. The second reason pertains to all of us under the sound of my voice. First, for those of us in robes. Let's acknowledge the fact that we would not be in the position of donning these robes, which represent the master's and doctoral degrees, were it not for others whose shoulders we stand on. When I was asked to be here today to receive this honor, I wanted to bring so many people with me. One alluded to already, my mother, and also my father, Bishop Edgar L. Scott, my mother, Minnie Pearl Scott, who sat with me in Lyle Hall with Rick Ferricks and talked about Millersville being a great place for me, a real foreshadowing. My siblings, Edgar, Freddie, Greg, rest in peace. Harold and Darlene, aunts and uncles, cousins, and the list goes on. Again, we all stand on the shoulders of those who held us up during late night studying and paper writing and dissertation defenses. Along with these family members, we also stand on the shoulders of our professors and faculty members here at Millersville University. For me, it was individuals like Dr. Hazel Jackson, Dr. Rita Smith-Waddell, Dr. Bruce Kellner, Dr. Ken Shields, Dr. Mel Allen, and the list goes on. But it was not just my professors, as I'm sure it wasn't just for you. It was also administrators and staff throughout the university community who helped me become the educator and scholar that I am today. We all should be thankful for them. At the graduate level, we tend to have more responsibilities than we had when we were undergraduates. This often means that our individual academic pursuits often have implications far beyond us alone. Such was the case when I decided, after being a principal at McCaskey East High School for several years, that I wanted to pursue my doctorate at Harvard University. Move from our lovely home here in Lancaster to Boston, Massachusetts, my wonderful wife, Keisha, who's here today, asked when I shared my dream with her. Yet, Like so many of our partners at the graduate level, she paused her teaching career in Lancaster and started afresh in Boston, Massachusetts, all in support of my dreams. Thank you, sweetie, wherever you are. I love you. I thank you. I'm grateful for you. And you have individuals that are the same way for you. My sons, Irvin, here today with his wife, Megan. Leon, here today with his wife, Tiffany. And Nicholas, whose fiance, Holly, is here today, did the same nearly 15 years ago. They uprooted, made new friends and memories so that I could pursue my dream. I'm so grateful for them. Graduates, this is why I called this speech a time for thankfulness. We can't experience this day without a spirit of appreciation and thankfulness. Now, the second reason for penning this speech, a time for thankfulness, is because every single one of us in this stadium, we are collectively and cautiously easing our way out of a health pandemic that touched all of us in one way or another. As a matter of fact, I was scheduled to give this commencement speech nearly a year ago, but COVID-19 wreaked havoc on our worlds, which included the Marauder commencement. However, during that time, so many individuals and groups stepped up in a big way so that we could be where we are today, easing out of a state of isolation and back again face to face. From first responders to healthcare professionals, from suppliers to grocery store workers, from truck drivers to delivery personnel, from teachers to social work professionals, from faith leaders to education leaders, from vaccine makers to those who administer vaccines. After a year of unpredictability and tragedy, there are so many who we owe our collective lives to. So I say to us all as we celebrate the accomplishments of these scholars and practitioners, let this be a time for us to step back and realize the collective power and ingenuity of the human spirit. That's what education is all about. That is why you, graduates, pursued these degrees. That is why you made this sacrifice. In the end, it is about learning, surviving, and thriving in community. So as I close, I challenge us all not to just express our gratitude with words only, but also with deed. It is one thing to say thank you. It's quite another thing to live a life of thankfulness. Graduates, you have just been given a degree that will enable you to live out your thankfulness at a whole new level. I encourage you to be bold with these new credentials. Look for opportunities to address inequities. Find ways to leverage your power to empower others, particularly the most vulnerable and marginalized. Look for ways to give voice to the voiceless. This is the opportunity that you have been given with these degrees at this time. As I close, I want to recite one of my new favorite poems. It's a poem by 18th century American poet James Ingalls. In this poem, which is entitled Opportunity, the word opportunity is speaking. To use a literary term, opportunity is being personified. Listen to what opportunity is saying today. Master of human destinies am I. Fame, love, and fortune on my footsteps wait. Cities and fields I walk, I penetrate deserts and seas remote, and passing by hovel in mart and palace soon or late. I knock, unbidden once, at every gate. If sleeping, wake. If feasting, rise before I turn away. It is the hour of fate, and those who follow me reach every state mortals desire and conquer every foe, save death. But those who hesitate, condemned to failure, penury, and woe, seek me in vain and uselessly implore. I answer not. I return no more. Graduates of the 2021 class and 2020 class, I congratulate you for following your dreams, and I encourage you to embrace the opportunities and the challenges ahead as you help others realize their dreams and gain new opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Scott, for an inspiring address. It is now my honor to introduce Dr. Rich Frericks, Vice Chairman of the Council of Trustees, to present the honorary degree.
Thank you, Dr. Wuba. Millersville University confers an honorary degree, our symbol of highest achievement, on those individuals who have made outstanding contributions to the welfare and well-being of the community at large. Such degrees are granted to recognize individual creativity, distinguished service, significant scholarship, and other individual accomplishments, whether in the arts, humanities, sciences, the professions, public service, or in service to mankind. The recipient shall exemplify the quality of character and achievement representative of the high ideals and values of Millersville University. As such, the recipient will serve as an inspiration and role model to the entire academic community. Today, Millersville University is pleased to honor one such distinguished individual. At this time, I ask Dr. Irvin Scott to come forward for the presentation of the degree, Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Getting used to this. Upon the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania through the Board of Governors and the Council of Trustees, I confer the Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations, Dr. Scott, as you received the university's recognition of your outstanding career. Congratulations. Thank you. You have to take a picture.
Thank you.
I need a wiper on my glasses as they fog up. As a special note to today's ceremony, we wish to acknowledge the veterans and National Guard reservists who are graduating today. We applaud their dedication to their studies and service to our country. Will all the graduating veterans and reservists please stand to be recognized? Let's have it. Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, I'm pleased to now welcome Dr. James Dell, Associate Provost for Academic Administration and the Dean of the College of Graduate Studies and Adult Learning, who will present the graduates' candidates. Thank you. Dr. Dell?
Thank you, Dr. Prabhu. And now it's the moment that you've all been waiting for. We're going to be conferring your hard-earned graduate degrees. Will the candidates for the Masters of Arts, Master of Education, Education Specialist, Master of Science in Nursing, and the Master of Social Work degrees please rise? Dr. Wuba, the graduate candidates present here have taken all of their examinations and are being recommended for their degrees by the graduate faculty of their college. I recommend that you now confer upon them the appropriate master's degree.
upon the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania through the Board of Governors and the Council of Trustees, I confer upon you the appropriate master's degree, together with all of its associated rights, privileges, and responsibilities.
At this time, I ask all master's degree candidates to take your hoods and place them over your heads, joining the ranks of those who have earned the master's degree. Please now proceed to the lectern to receive your diplomas.
Lee A. Hollenstein.
Lauren Alicia Mast. Eden Sherrill Willis. Tyler Cook.
Eric K. McGee.
Benjamin Paul Nelson. Alexi Ray Rodriguez.
Kayla Elizabeth Lebensberger.
Shannon Joy Metzler. Christy Mae Daniel. Connie Kimberly Martin. Cassidy G. Godber. Zachary Allen Johnson. Samantha Rose DeSantis. Monica D. Newman. Darlene R. Newman. Yasmin R. Cooper. Travis J. Adams. Jamie L. Olfen. Catherine Acosta. Catherine Siobhan O'Donnell Forrester. Neil Patrick Johnson. Hannah Noel Hoover. Aaliyah Nicole James. Hannah Suzanne Lombardo. Danielle Nicole Martin.
Bailey Irene Gibson.
Tony Marie Badura. Sarah Beth Grave. Sharina Mariel Jimenez Gomez. Rayvon Brown Donald. Crystal Lee Morales. Edward A. Gomez. Caitlin M. Phillips. Brooke Anna Swinehart. Nina Rose Galvez. Maria Magdalena Fursey. Eliza R. Becker. Chloe Jean Hartung. Shayna Ray Landis Bell. Carly Paige Schaefer Kachu. Tara Beth Hansen. Tori Ann McCurleen. Reem Abdulaziz S. Balfas. Kelly R. Spangenberg. Emily Margaret Schaefer. Justin R. Jenkins. Carl Salisbury. Anthony Joseph Haynes Shipkowski. Amanda Halteman. Emily Joy Bear. Alexis S. Zink. Brooke M. DeMore. Rebecca J. Falegi. Amber K. Joins. Molly R. Stanley. Megan E. Miller. Erin Michelle Haggard. Caitlin Ann Hoover. Audra Nicole Byerly. April Nicole Hannum Kirk.
Karita J. Williams.
Emily M. Pope.
Aubrey Elizabeth Lockard.
Samantha Marie Coleman. Lisa A. Brenneman. Anne Marie Beagle. Conrad W. Hershey. Taylor A. Dragon. Alexandra Nicole Maseko, cum laude. Samantha Elizabeth Parker, magna cum laude. Ryan H. Pham. Matthew Vincent Hornbaker. Nathan Paul Smee. Zachary William Pratt. Taylor A. Bortner. Kimberly J. Dowkshaw. Amy Mitchell. Amy Ruth Hoffman.
Nicole Johnston.
Melissa Ann M. Schweiler. Holly Ann Hartman. Catherine Maldonado. Sarah Elizabeth Billings. Baron Jackson Jr. Stevie Casalino, cum laude. Savannah Bundy. Heather Venezia. Chanel Lachey Lowry. Sandra Francesca Santana. Justin M. Young. Erica Michelle Bishop.
Howard Paul Hansen.
Melinda S. Davis. William N. Graber IV. Sandra A. Reed. Lauren M. Schaller. Rachel Sarah Jablinowski. Crystal Savannah Booths.
Tatiana Marie Dueño.
Gilbert Oweny Okello. Sarah Butts. Lauren M. Schaller. Lori Ann Brennan. Nicole Emma Clowder. Daniela Maria DiBarnardo. Lauren Nicole Carlson. Autumn Harris.
Megan Grace Chicky.
Heather Lynn Rose McGough. Ashley Catherine Rotkamp. Lily Grace Myers. Courtney Marie Napiltonia. Taylor Lynn Yost. Hannah Elizabeth Bittner. Bethany Kara Moore. Nathaniel Knox Stevens. Melissa Nicole Sheffer. Alfreda Kumba Bangbio. Catherine Colleen Drudy. Alicia Marie Panzarella. Hannah Leanne Brillhard. Caitlin June Ness. Jenna Christine Bentz. Carlos Henry Soto. Erica R. Taylor. Adrian Enrique Mendoza. Orlando R. Bermudez. Scott D. Reynolds. Marjorie N. Figueroa. Christine Noel LaPierre. Farida Alieva. Rosa Gingrich. Hang Lee Pham. Cynthia L. McCombs. Ofulaki Adedaya Ogunfuwa. Sonia B. Sebastian. Crystal Lynn Molina.
Gregory M. Peters.
Rebecca Lynn Schaefer. Gina L. Getz. Melanie Jo Stoltzfus. Janine L. Muir. Christine Marie Worth. Danielle Lynn Swinegert. Hannah Rachel Irwin. Amanda Sue Hess. Rebecca Lee Shue. Emily Eileen Elizabeth Circustad. Elizabeth R. Kate Freeman. Michelle Vickery Reed. Faith A. Dreibelbis. Heather J. Wagaman. Jocelyn Alexis Ramirez Haro. Lakshmi Bagai. Cindy Sproul Stovall. Michaela J. Silknetter. Mary K. Stauffer.
Paula Dionisia Pulgar Granells.
Natalie Louise Goss. Laura Mae Yingst. Titus Lamaitiza Laitoro. Abigail Wynne Widener. Kimberly A. Auger. Samantha Claire Wharton. Paul Joseph Tom. Corbin Leon Shear. Michael Robert Abulhuda. Justin C. Egrizitz. Michael J. Meservey. Curtis L. Martin. Daniel Michael Karnak. Daniel M. Schaefer Jr. Angel Danielle Robinson. Malik Che Willard. Matthew Robert Costello. Curtis J. Thompson. Charles Durwood Brooks III. Leah Asia Ferguson. Tatiana Yvette Rodriguez, cum laude. Angelica Janae Rooks. Tatiana M. Robichaw, cum laude. Yannick Maxwell Gabatoui.
Let us now congratulate all of our degree-earning master students. We shall now proceed with the conferring of the doctoral degrees. Will the candidates for the Doctor in Education, Educational Leadership, in partnership with Shippensburg University, Doctor of Nursing Practice, and Doctor of Social Work, please rise. Dr. Wuba, the doctoral candidates present have taken all of their examinations, presented their dissertations, and are being recommended for the degrees by the graduate faculty of their college. I recommend that you now confer upon them the appropriate doctoral degree.
Upon the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania through the Board of Governors and the Council of Trustees, I confer upon you the appropriate doctoral degrees, together with all of its associated rights, privileges, and responsibilities.
At this time, I ask all the doctoral candidates to hood themselves and then please proceed to the stage to receive their diplomas.
Michelle Morgan Cronister.
Lorette M. Flannery.
Angela R. Crick.
And Tim Hinkle. And Kinderwater Carroll. Brian Joseph Weinberg One-Sidler. Michael P. Carnes. Jessica R.B. Stevens. Amanda Lynn Musser. Danielle L. Miles. Mary Mumbi Njogu.
Gina Daniel.
Heidi D. Kimmel. Sylvia Adele Bakella.
Let's give a warm round of applause to all of our new doctors.
Let us now recognize our doctoral degree recipients with another round of an applause. They deserve it. On behalf of Millersville University, its faculty, staff, and student body, we join your family and friends in extending to you our warmest congratulations and best wishes as you pursue your goals. I wish to express sincere appreciation to Dr. Cronister and Mr. Berendt, to the marshals, Dr. Senuto and the University Wind Ensemble, and other program participants for their role in today's ceremony. It couldn't have been done without the collaboration and participation of everyone here. Congratulations and thank you also to Provost Vilas Prabhu, who after 16 years of service to Millersville University will retire this summer. He has been instrumental in conducting every commencement during his tenure and will be deeply missed. I also wish all of the mothers in the audience a heartfelt Happy Mother's Day in advance. I think the mothers should all be praised and thanked at this time. For me, it is a special day today because today is my mother's birthday. Let us also remember the women and men who are serving our country throughout the world and who are away from their family and friends. I wish all of you gathered here today a safe journey home. And now, please refer to the last page of your program as we conclude this ceremony with the singing of the first and third verses of the Alma Mater, led by Mr. Berendt and performed by the Millersville University Wind Ensemble. Will the audience please rise and remain standing until the recessional has ended? Thank you.
Millersville, we sing to thee hymns of praise and loyalty. Sons and daughters staunch and bold, follow me, black and gold. Here we fight for truth and right, shield and buckler ever bright, rich in truth will ever be. Millersville, we sing to thee. Honor, fame, and glory bright, we inherit through thy might. Scholars worship thy first great aim. Proudly we uphold thy name. Alma Mater we adore, thy great spirit evermore. Gratitude and reverence make